Hey everyone, as you can see obviously from the title, but also my little poster here, is that we're going to use this leftover kit. So this is my February kit from Kitaholic, and we are going to adapt it and hopefully use a whole pile of this, if not all of it, and then bits from our stash to make a kit to fill up, or mostly fill up. We could probably fill up this whole book, this traveler's notebook. So this is just a Webster's Pages one. I got this for Christmas in our advent calendar, and my idea is just to document everyday funny moments, you know, those photos that you take where your children are smiling nicely and they're not, you know, it's not such a special event, it's just one of those crazy photos. So I have written out some things that I would like in a traveler's notebook kit. Let me put it in frame. And I'm sure as we're going through, might add a few things, and doesn't mean everything has to be in there. It's just a, you know, a brain dump of ideas. So obviously we need papers, stickers, die cuts, tiny words, some stamps, which includes some roll of phrase stamps would be nice, some alphas, washi, paper clips are handy, and then some odds and ends like labels, tags, tissue paper, vellum, Project Life cards, pockets, envelopes, frames, etc. So they're just those things that are nice to add here and there. Now, you can already see there's plenty of pages, and this is actually my first official traveler's notebook. Usually I make my own, so I use computer paper, so they're not very thick. So usually with traveler's notebook, it's nice to add a little bit of bulk, but not a lot, not as much as I normally do with my scrapbooking pages. So I'm going to put this to the side, my traveler's notebook, and then I'm going to put my little list there, and we're going to dive into what we've got left. Now, I made a few things with the February kits. I made about 7 or so layouts, 8 layouts maybe, and I still have quite a lot left, because as you know, we do get a lot of stuff in our kits. So, I'm just going to pull out these bulkier things, because I'm just going to look at the papers. Now, the good thing about using a leftover kit, it's going to be similar to using a collection. You're going to have things that already coordinate, and then you can just add in a few more bits and pieces. Now, we can add these little strips and whatnot. That could be helpful. But what I ideally want to do is not have so much bulk. It'd be nice to be able to take this to the couch, or, you know, outside while you're watching the children play, and then have just a little pile to work from rather than an enormous stash or an enormous amount. So what I am going to do is go through these papers, and I am going to cut them down to the 8 by 1/4 and a 4 1/4, just so that if I want to use a full page, I can put them in. And then if I want to cut down any to layer or to add as a pattern or whatever, then you're not going to need any bigger than that size. So I'll turn you off, and we will come back, and it will be, by the power of magic, already cut. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so back now. I have folded. No, I haven't. I've cut up the papers. This was a cut apart, but I won't use those backs. And now we have all these cards. So there's 15 of them. I've done one of each side. This book one I did 2 because it was cut apart. There's one of each pattern, and obviously on the back then you could use them if I wanted to. Now that's what I've got cut in the right size to fit a page. I do have all these little offcuts left, and they'll be handy to dig in and use my punches or for layering, those kind of things. And then I do have these pages left. A lot of this kit, I used it for mixed media backgrounds rather than a lot of pattern paper. And like I said, I only did 7 or so. So I didn't kill it much before I have claimed it as a leftover kit. So these will stay here together, and if there's anything left in the embellishments, they'll stay together too. And I will figure out and use the, you know, the the normal way to use leftovers to stash bust a kit. So that video is down below. If we'll link down below, and then that will get used up a different way. I had a thought. I wondered whether this little, it's got a bit of double-sided foam tape. This tool caddy that I picked up from Kmart ages ago, and I used for so long, but I don't now. Oh, I probably use it when I go away, but I barely go away to scrap. I wondered if I wanted to use it for my supplies today for this kit. So we're going to have a little play into whether this will work. And have that papers there, and then these little offcuts can go perhaps on the other side. Okay, so far we have cut down the papers. Now we need to go through and find some of these other goodies, which have already obviously been compiled in a way because we have the kit together. Running out of space on my desk. So I kind of want to show you. I might just keep these scraps of paper out for now, because maybe I might not even keep them as an included thing. We'll see. Okay, so we have our papers. Now, I'm just going to pick up things and I'm just going to work it out. These little chipboard, they're not too thick, but they are thick enough that it wouldn't be ideal for a traveler's notebook. So I'm going to put them aside with the papers, those large papers. Now this flower, it's a builder flower kind of acrylic stamp. That'll be perfect. So I'm going to keep that, and that can go here on this side. I don't think I've got it facing out. No. Need to have it facing out, otherwise it's not going to be used. A photo, that's a good place to keep a photo. Now I have this little offcut. I'm going to put it with the scraps. I have one left, like just one little bit of this trim here, some craft. Now, I obviously used the rest of the craft. Oh, well, there is this banner here. So, it obviously goes nicely with the kit. So, I'm going to keep that. Now, I'm going to use one of these little IKEA boxes and work it out. Now, like I said, I'm not 100% sure that I'm going to use this tool caddy to store it in, but we will see how we go as we're going along. So far, I need that little tool caddy. Now, these chipboard shapes are very thin. Well, not like heaps, but they're thin compared to normal chipboard. So let's see if we can use them up. That's all we got. There was only the 6x12 in this kit. There's also 2 6x12s of stickers, and I have a fair few of them left, so they can go in there. Stickers are always welcome. So putting them in the middle, you can just see my tool caddy. I wonder if I swap it over. I don't know that it's really that important that you can see my tool caddy, but yeah, it's better than seeing nothing, I guess. So these are the little thickers that we got, the little chipboard ones. They're thin enough as well. Let's put the stamps in the front and see if we can put the alphas here. Okay, because I want to have a bit of organisation to it. So that's a scrap. That could be cut down. Can it? No, it's not tall enough. So that can be put in the scraps. Put that one back. We have these ones. These are foam thickers. They're a bit too thick, I would say. So I'm not going to put them in. And we have all these, which is why I picked this kit as a traveller's notebook. Partly because all these alphabet stickers, which are handy to write and add titles. But also because it's so bright and can be fun and wild. Like I said, I wanted to document those crazy little photos that we always get throughout the year. So there's some words and an arrow. Now, I'm not going to put the embossing powders in. If I want to add any mixed media, most likely if I'm adding mixed media, I'll be at my desk. I'm not going to add any of this wood veneer. They are thin wood veneer, or not thin, but thin-ish, but also just, yeah, too thick for traveller's notebook. We have these puffy stickers and these enamel dots. Definitely want to keep them. I'm not sure that I need to keep one just on its own plastic. So let's transfer that to here. So these can be used sparingly, and they're not many of them anyway, but they're good to have. I think I can add them to a few sheets actually. Yes. So that's another good thing. If you are stash busting, look, see, in the bin. Condense some things together and it doesn't seem so overwhelming. If you have, rather than having 6 pieces of plastic, I have 2 pieces of plastic with all these lovely puffies on them. And they're much easier to decide from. I'm going to put them in there for now. Same with the enamel dots. Enamel dots are a little bit more fiddly, so I'm not going to transfer them over. We have the sequins that we got in the kit. They can definitely be used. Now, this is where we get to all the fun goodness. So labels, words, project life cards, a lead pencil apparently, and the die cuts. So let's just have a look at project life cards. Are a good size like here for layering, and there's a full one, so that's a good amount of pattern that can be added onto a page without it being overwhelming. So for instance, that can fit, oh sorry, or that way. Do you know what I mean? Like, so you can have some white space on there rather than it being a full page. So we'll pull out those ones that are full and put the ones that are ripped edges. So there's these Love This and Butterfly and the February. These are all cut files that we got in this cloud one here. Exclusive cut files that we got from being a subscriber to the kits. And then there's also these free printables that you get when you're a subscriber too. So I'm going to put them in because they'll be fun to back. So we have some cards, some more printable ones. See, there's this big love ephemera. You can put that back with the ephemera. Some cut-offs. Put them there. And yeah, so they're all the cards. So we will put them, let's turn this tool caddy around, put them in the front there. So I'll know that these are smaller Project Life, 3x4 and 4x6 size. And then these are the 8¼ by 4¼ full Traveler's Note size pages. And what I'll probably end up doing is have it all, the bigger stuff facing me. So those middle stickers and stuff facing this way so I can see what's going on. Doilies, definitely want to keep some of them. Plastic bag. Plastic bag, that'd be good if we want to put some things in it, I guess. Now I'm going to put them there. And then what I did with this kit was I printed some of those printable cards on these vellum. So put them in there with the printables. That's another printable. And then there's a piece of packaging that I will put with the cut-off papers, the scraps. Another wood veneer. Not using that. Now, how do I want to do this? Because, I want to keep them a little bit separated still because I like to use them. Wonder if I just use this tray. Let's see. I don't want to have it all together. The thing is, these bigger things, then just sit around, I guess. Let's have a look. Out you go on busting powder. Yes, they could go there. Put these here and here and here and here and here. It's a die cut. Okay. How about that? How about we don't worry about the tool caddy? This little tray is easy enough to take by itself. And even if I had a few more other things, these fit in here nicely. I didn't know that. That's a game changer. Look at that. Cool. Now see, the other thing is you could, sorry, just putting them back. You could use these little plastic bags. So you can get them from dollar shops, and I'm sure you could buy them online. eBay and stuff would probably be a good spot for them. Now if you wanted something that was a bit more portable, you could put them in these plastic bags, and then they could definitely go in to this tool caddy, or like we often see is a pencil case or a pouch being used for a traveller's notebook kit. Why am I looking around my room and not able to see? I'm sure I have 4 or 5 different pouches that could be used, and where I thought I put them somewhere very handy, but apparently not. Let's just take some items out of here. I want to look at those items anyway. So what you can do is one of these pouches from the, you know, cheap shops, chuck in your traveller's notebook, chuck in your papers, get them all would be helpful, otherwise why did you cut them down? Your labels, have another plastic bag for your ephemera, put in some stickers, some stamps, and then what you just need is your glue, your stamp, your glue, your ink, and a pen. And maybe you would want scissors if you were getting a bit snip happy, and you could literally pack that in your suitcase, pack that in your handbag. If your kids are playing sport, you could definitely be working through that. Definitely if your kids are playing sport and it's cold, we're coming soon, we will be very cold. And then you could be sitting in the car, creating to your heart's content. And then you could move these things down and have half a sheet so it would fit. These ones you would cut, or just get different stickers. Just because you are using a kit, yes, obviously they will go together, but doesn't mean you absolutely have to use them. I am going to get out those plastic bags and use them. So there's packaging. So I have brought some, but also I have a few others that have been used from leftover packaging. So whether it's die cuts or stickers. Now, I don't want to put, let's put the words in. They're scraps. Let's put words in because it's always handy to have a whole pile of words. I'm going to put all these layering pieces in, these Project Life cards. They can go in there behind the labels. Now, I don't think, I'm going to go through this ephemera. We did say we wanted these puffy stickers. I don't think I'm going to include these words. These words can be really used with any kit. That's not an issue as in terms of using them up. But because I am packaging them in here so that I can use it, you know, on the go, I am going to keep them there because it will be easier to pull out some words, some word stickers and some word cut aparts, so that I don't have all these loose pieces that I'm not going to be able to find anything while I'm sitting on the couch and scrapbooking. So that can go in there as well. You can see it's becoming quite a lot of goodness in there already, which is fun. So I'm going to just quickly have a look through the die cuts. I'm just looking. Now I've put them all in there, and some of these bigger ones, sure, I'll put them in, because they're very different to tiny words. But I will keep all those tiny words. Like I said, they could go anywhere. Now we probably do want a few more die cuts, and what I will do is actually I'm going to not use these alphas because they're going to fall out everywhere. They need some wet glue to actually stick down. I'm going to move these chipboard pieces down. Now these chipboard pieces are a little random in terms of they're not only, but they're mostly going to just coordinate with the kit, with the collection of the Dear Lizzie New Day collection. So I'm going to keep them in there. And if you had some of that remove the glue stuff, you could put them in there and put them in with the chipboard. That's not chipboard, that's die cuts. So what we have left is just some tiny words and little bits and pieces and some papers. So that's gotten rid of, oh my gosh, avalanche time. That's gotten rid of the majority of the kit. Now with this you can totally cut down stickers, and they're just much better to store this way than in a 6x12 format when you are working with traveller's notebooks. Some of these stickers aren't even on properly because obviously I tried them and just quickly stuck them back. But if they become unsticky, you can easily glue them. So yeah, so once again, these stickers are a little bit out there in terms of it'd be trickier to add them to a different collection, but you can definitely add bits and pieces to from your stash to this collection that we're making today. So I want to keep the stickers together and those chipboard, and there we go. So just quickly finishing this off. So yeah, so let me know down below if this has inspired you and is of interest in something you are going to make, or whether you have any other suggestions or ideas of ways to better work this out. I just think die cuts are one of those things that you always want a few of for choices, but you don't want them in a well, I don't, maybe other people do. I don't want them in a packet where I'm not going to be able to see what I have to choose from. And if I'm aiming for this kit to be used not at my desk, then I don't want it to be able to, I don't want to have to pull out ephemera out of a plastic bag every time to see what's in there. So I think having a little box like this is not too cumbersome. You can flip through it like here, and we can just have these two things to go. You can put in, what do I need? You can put in some pen. You can put in a pen, a roll of tape, or a tape runner if that's what you prefer, and you can put in your scissors and go. So cut up those sticker sheets. So now we've used them up, and I'm just going to now go through my little stash. So what I will do is pull this out just so that we can see what we have to already working with, and go through our little list and then see if there's anything else we want to add. Now this is really empty, this part, and if I don't add any more kind of puffiness or textury kind of things, I will probably just end up putting it in with the die cuts. And I could probably even, let's do it. Let's cut up this chipboard and put it in with the die cuts. Then it will be most likely to be used then, won't it? Keep those love hearts together. They'll probably be used together on one page. Now you can cut them up as individual or as a couple things together. It really depends on the topic of, you know, like these are all the same things, so keep them together. But it also depends on the way you use scrapbook. If you think, you know, you don't want little things to fall out and not be seen, then definitely keep them together. So we have our notebook, we have our alphabets. Now I'm pretty sure 1, 2, 3. Oh, I thought it might have said on the back. 1, 2, 3. Why does it feel like one stuck? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8 different tiny alphas there. I am not going to worry about adding any more tiny alphas. Stamp, paper, including Project Life cards, some doily, just one doily. And okay, so papers, Project Life cards and doilies, some tiny word stickers and labels, they go together, and enamel dots. Okay, let me just check that's in frame. Totally is not. I sat down, but then obviously that backfired, didn't it? Okay, so we have our list. What colour? So we have plenty of papers. Now we have a few little stickers. If we find something, then let's go with it. We have some die cuts, but if we want to add a little bit more, then just for variety, then we will. We have plenty of tiny words. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 2 stickers and 2 cut aparts. And we did put a tiny amount in there. We have just the 1 flower stamp, which might be all right, but I think I might at least put in 1 roll of phrase stamp. We have the alphas, which include the tiny ones, but I might see if there's any puffy phrases or some flat alpha stickers to see if they will match. We don't have any washi, and like we don't have to have everything. We don't have any paper clips. We do have, yes, we have labels. Don't have any tags, tissue paper, vellum. We have Project Life cards, no pockets and envelopes, no frame. Oh, we have a couple of frames in here in the die cuts. Okay, so let's see if there's anything. I'll turn you off now and I'll come back with a pile of stuff to see if we want to add it to this little Traveller's Notebook kit. Okay, catch you in a minute. So I have gone through my roller date stamps and I've just pulled out 2. One's Dear Lizzie and one's Amy Tan's. Now, they just have some, that's probably upside down for you. And I know it's backwards, but I can't change that. 2's probably overkill, but let's just see how we go. I did pull out a few that would probably be really handy. So this one has a label, but this one has a tab. Well, that's actually like a banner label, isn't it? And some phrases. Some butterflies and hearts and a big floral I love you from Cocoa Vanilla. This one is, I want to say Dear Lizzie. I'm not too sure. Just got some random things. And this one is some other phrases as well. I'm going to not keep all these. I do not want all these, that's for sure. Butterflies, hearts, and maybe these phrases and flowers. So we have these 3 here. So that will be plenty for stamps, I say. Especially with these roller. And we might not even be able to fit these in. But it'll be nice if we could. Just because sometimes it's nice to have a tiny word sticker and other times it's nice to stamp it. But I have to remember, now this is the problem and we can already see, is that I need to fit it in this pouch and this container so that it is portable. I grabbed out some Project Life cards, a 4x4 and a 3x4 couple. There's some banner ones and a couple of tags and a frame. They can go in there, and these ones can go with these Project Life. I already have a whole ton of paper. I really don't need many more, but I like to have choices at the same time. So it's a bit tricky for me to narrow down, but I really need to. Okay, So I have these stars. These colours go brilliantly. I'm going to keep them in the packet for that, so they're together. Now there's these epoxy hearts. Some have got words, some are just colours, some are two-tone colours. They're from the reject shop here in Australia. And then this one is some florals. And I just think those colours go brilliantly with this Dear Lizzie collection. And I know I used all or next to all of them of my flowers in my kit. So chuck them in there. And then with these stickers, no, I don't like to have things in packets. It's even a struggle to have, well, that won't even come off. Struggle to have my stamps in the packaging, but we'll work through that. I'm just going to put them with the tiny words, because they're very cute. Some other stickers I pulled were these arrows, and then I do have these labels, only because I know I have a million labels here, but they, oh, and a word. Woo! Other than these gold ones, they're stickers, but the others are die cuts. So this has a little bit, I know they're matte stickers, but they are a little bit of a difference in the look of stickers versus die cuts. And then lastly, for the stickery kind of thing, these are, I guess, more sprinkle enamel dotty things. So these foil hearts, and I'm going to just cut off a section, and then we have these enamel shapes from Pink Paisley's whimsical collection. I'm going to chuck them in there. And like I said, where are my scissors gone? Cut this one down, because I'm not going to use 2,000 of those heart stickers. Just a few stickers, in they go. And I will put these with these. So whether they stay in a package or not, let's wait and see a second. I did pull out a few texture things. I found this sticky adhesive, really thin cork sheet that I have like barely used. And I thought, let's just put it in as a wild card and see if it gets used. Little piece of white tissue paper, and then this die cut release paper, which I use like vellum. It's got some words on. Little bits will be nice little background textury pieces. So I can go over here with the papers. That's just a few little texture just to, you know, make my heart sing like it always does. Now I pulled out these two thickers sets. So these ones are Chipboard by Amy Tan, which are brand new, not used. And these ones are Carousel, I want to say, pretty sure, by Maggie Holmes. And these ones are thin puffies, and these are thin chipboard. I want to keep both, just because they're different, and I want to use them up. So let's see what we can do. I think we've got a lot of what we wanted. I think we're done with stickers and die cuts, stamps for sure. Alphas, if we include these ones, definitely. No washi, but we don't need it. No paper clips. Did get a few tags. Got a little bit of tissue paper. No vellum. Pockets and envelopes. No. But we have a wide range. You can see it doesn't even fit in the frame of goodness going on here. So let me sit back down and pull out this pouch. Eek. And let's get packing to see how it goes. So, texture items in here, and then I have my notebook here. In it goes. Pick up these papers and all these Project Life cards. So that's a whole pile of bulk right there. In it goes. I need to be able to make sure my zip closes. Now I have these stickers. On they go. And then labels. Let me just pull these ones out. This is a bit, or will they fit in there? Because really, puffy stickers and enamel dots and these little foil hearts. So they're going to be added last, if not towards last. I'm going to put those labels in the back here. So I think we're running out of room. So enamel dots there. We need, see what we can fit in. So we put these alphabets in with the tiny words, and that separates the papers. And then we have these stamps, which I'm going to put on this side. So you can see, nice and chunky. And I can fit in these roller stamps just because I can. If I didn't, I guess I probably could fit it in there. Oh. Okay. Was never going to fit these in there because they are 6 by 12. But I can easily just pick this up and this one up, take it to the couch, to the table. Outside, it might be a bit excessive at the moment until you used a bit of it to take it all with you. However, if you did pull all together, sorry, that was a big bang, into a box. It has to go that way. Look at that. That's not going to stand up by itself. Look, how pretty is that? Now, what did we need that we needed? So we need scissors. Now we need a small acrylic block. I just remembered now that we put in those stickers. Dirty one because I don't clean my stamps, nor do I clean the stamping block, obviously. A pen and glue tape. Now the other thing, you don't need, we don't need wet glue or anything. If you wanted to, if you rely and prefer on it, then definitely it will fit in this little box. But an ink. Ta-da! And if you use more than one journaling pen, then go for it. You could put in your white one, just in case. And there you go. A little traveler's notebook, a little kit that we can use here at our scrapbooking desk, or we can take it with us anywhere we wanted now that it's in this box. And as it shrunk down, then you could definitely put it all into this little pouch as you were working through. It might end up being small. The other thing is you might want to pull out the stamps and just have your stamps there and see how you go. But hopefully I will let you know how this goes in terms of use, and hopefully this inspires you to get out and create a kit and get out and create a travel notebook that is full of those memories, and use up one of those leftover kits that may be sitting there going to, you know, I was doing so well with talking. Well, probably not so well, but I was doing all right. It's probably gathering dust if we're not using it. So let's use this little technique and inspire ourselves to use up our goodies. Anyway, I'll stop rambling and I will talk to you down in the comments below. Leave me a comment. If not, I'll talk to you later. Bye.